With me right now, I have two individuals who are here to talk about the America Saves Week. From April 7th to April 11th, this is the Social Security Administration for Washington State. And yes, I am going to be partaking in this sooner than later. Kurt Larson, welcome back.
Thank you.
You are the representative for Washington State. And we're just going to give the whole title, Social Security Administration Public Affairs Representative. Is that all on your card?
That is.
Wow, that's a mouthful. Welcome back, my
Thank you.
friend. You brought with you Lynn Peters. You are also with Washington State Department of Financial Institution, Department of Corrections, Director of Communications for the Financial Education for Outreach.
It fits on a business card, I promise.
God, that is just unbelievable.
That's it. That's all you
Does
got.
your family call you that across the table when you have dinner? Lynn or Mom or Honey. I love that. So let's talk about this first. What does your agency do? Because your agency is a little different than this agency. Tell us how.
Very. So Kirk's is a federal agency. Ours is a state agency.
There we go.
We license and regulate financial services within Washington State. So your local banks and credit unions, money transmitters, check cashers, mortgage brokers, loan originators. If it has to do with money, we probably license and regulate it.
Okay.
We also do financial education outreach. So we do in person, we do online, we do webinars, we have social media accounts throughout the whole state. We do all ages, pre-K all the way up to senior living.
Boy, okay, so personal and professional. It's kind of the whole circle there.
The whole thing.
And you fit into that, Kirk, or the Social Security Administration fits into it how?
Well, of course, Social Security.
But
what bigger savings program do you have than that program?
Yes.
So we like to call ourselves the base of your savings program. But just like any other good base, you got to have a good, strong base. But a base is great, but you got to build on top of it. You need those other things in order to have a successful retirement. So we're there to be that foundation, but if you want to have that successful retirement, you got to build on top of it with other things. And that's where Lynn comes in to talk about those other things.
Those other things. So I'm gonna talk about some of the other things that got me to the point of saving. When I was in my 20s, back then, I learned about the latte factor. And it was called, and that was a new phrase, because we had parents that would say, oh, Social Security, but there was more to it than that, because you had to understand, as you just said, how to build on it. And sometimes we would look at people and go, wow, your Social Security is amazing. And then as the years went by, we would go, how is mine going to be amazing? So Lynn, let's talk about what is Saves Week and why you're promoting it. Because there's some things that we need to know that will give us that great foundation that Kirk talked about. So what are they?
So Saves Week is a national campaign aimed at specifically looking to save more, right? So we participate in it because part of DFI's outreach is about saving. That's the foundation, the cornerstone of all aspects of financial wellness, right? So we want people to learn more about how to save. What we know this year, U.S. News and World Report issued a survey analysis said 42% of Americans don't have a savings account. 40%.
42%.
42%.
Let's let that settle for a second.
Right? Add to that, another 40% of Americans cannot afford a $1,000 emergency. That's as little as my moonroof got shattered driving down I-5, and that was $990, not covered by insurance.
That is, my child broke their something at school,
right?
And that's what I have to pay out of insurance because of the emergency room we had to go to. That's if we have insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
And insurance doesn't cover everything,
No.
right? So the cornerstone of financial wellness, financial foundation, financial stability is having savings account, is learning to build that wealth. And that's the whole purpose of Saves Week. So we've been participating since at least 2008, back when I started in 2007 is when I found out about it, because it's so important. They have things online at americasavesweek.org. They have budget sheets, they have tips and tricks and tools. In addition to dfi.wa.gov,
yes,
self-promotion here,
we also
have financial education information and resources on our website as well. We do outreach, we do in-person webinars, we have social media, we have blogs. We try to reach people where they're at and how they want to be reached. In fact, we just launched a Blue Sky account.
I love that because often we have the GET program on this couch, and you guys need to be working
We are partnering with
together.
them. They're one of our partners.
Okay, there we go, because you learn about savings sometimes once you get into a situation where you're saving for a child. That's when it really hits home. And you're saving for a college, you're saving for a down payment on a house, you're saving for a car. All of those things are things that a mindset will get you into that good foundation that we talked about. Kurt, as there are a range of benefits for Social Security. Let's talk about that in this last 2 minutes. Tell us about them and how we can access them.
Yeah, so most people think of Social Security as a benefit. I'm
Right.
going to get a dollar
62,
amount.
67,
Yeah.
72.
And you just kind of hit on it. It's a range of benefits over a period of time. So, for example, if someone was going to get $2,000 at age 67, their full retirement age, you could file as early as 62, or you could wait all the way up till age 70, and the benefit amount, how much you'll get, will change
You
depending
just
on
got
when you file.
Gareth's attention over here. Our cook zoomed in. Yes. Okay, so I always blurb this to the world, and especially when you're on here. I am 61. I'll turn 62 in September, so I am right in that pocket that you were talking about. Can I come talk to you?
Sure, absolutely. That's what we do.
Because I am radically confused about what I should be doing. And now I'm starting to get paperwork. I'm part of AARP. I don't know how that happened. Dareth is doing the same thing. She's nodding her head. So I'm entering into a world that I've heard about. I had a pretty good foundation, but your programs weren't around when my parents were talking about Social Security, and you weren't around when I was talking about starting to save money to augment Social Security in case it wasn't there when I learned about this in my 30s. What else?
So it's important to remember Social Security, as I said, is that foundation. It was designed for the average worker to only replace about 40% of what you're losing because you're leaving a job.
Okay.
So you need to say, you know, from retirement, I might be in retirement for 20, 25, 30 years. You need to have other incomes and assets that you're going to live on, because Social Security is great. It'll be there for you, but it's not something that you can live on. It's not a standalone program.
Okay, so we are out of time because this was good news, and that's how good news functions. Websites below your face. Thank you for being here. I'm going to chase you. We have a phone date.
I like it.
We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.